Hello, 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 my wonderful people. This is Carol Matebula here saying hi, 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 hi. We are here, and I'm just about to introduce you guys to the most amazing journey that I'm about to embark upon in 2019, where you could be a part of it. This year, we have beautiful dates lined up for Vunkuwa African Massage around different parts of the world, wherever you are. And today I thought to myself, let me just really try to give you the scoop of what Vunkuwa is and what has inspired me to keep doing the work that I do, which is connecting through my touch and by understanding the body language of humans in a way that I can provide to try to bring balance into their body. So this is Vunkuwa 2019, where we're going to be talking about all different kinds of things, explaining this art form that I have created, which I really don't think that I have created. It's a system that I learned from my ancestors. This massage was taught to me by my great grandmom who died at the age of 19. So what is Vunkuwa? You know, I have been teaching so many people around different parts of the world who even today are still the best in the art of healing the body, so that people can be able to go on with the little things that we need to embark upon on the daily. So sometimes I can be a little bit nervous and do not take that really into consideration, because I'm one of those people who are shy. So Vunkuwa has different elements in it. The genealogy of Vunkuwa, it's something that fascinates me. Just the body itself. What is the body? When we say we want to become healers, what does that mean? I have met lots of people in my lifetime, those who are in the industry of health and well-being, and I have always been so amazed to be a part of these people like me, people who are doing their best just to find out about how to deal with the body in a way that they can, to help others to navigate their life without any pressure. I mention pressure a lot because of our body is a system that is very, very, very fragile. God, we're very fragile, and because of we are so fragile, we go through lots of things in our lives, in our daily experiences. We experience lots of emotional traumas. We experience lots of peer pressures, and we are trying to prove ourselves. And because of we are a community, we are a society that is designed to prove yourself. Even our education system does not give us a chance for us to breathe, to get to connect with this machine that we own, this body of ours that carries our essential part of us, which is our soul, your soul. For me, it is one of the most important thing that you have to do your best to connect with. So because of we are always running, 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 and racing and racing, and really I call it chasing after wind. So and ever forgetting that our body is the most sensitive thing that we own. We have things that happens within us that wants us to connect with us. But as I said, we live on the surface, and because of we live on the surface, we really, really forget that our main reason for us to live, so that we can be able to see another day. Because really, let's face it, we do all these hard things that we do. We try to live comfort, ever trying to protect our soul, ever trying to live in a moment and be able to see another day. Death, the word death, it's something that scares us all. And yes, some of us, we have understood it, but because of it's the unknown journey, we don't know where we're going. We don't know what we're going to be presented. So we rather stay in this world and keep doing the best we can so that our soul can go on in experiencing the journey we call life. So Vunkuwa is one of those system that helps you to be able to navigate this life without pressure by ever reducing the impact of stress that it's put into our body on a daily. So there are different kinds of things that I teach in Vunkuwa, and this is the first time for me really to do a video emphasizing on Vunkuwa. And I'm a little bit nervous, not nervous because I'm being nervous, but it's a subject that I don't speak about so much, which I should speak about a lot because of this is my forte. Vunkuwa and the body, it's something that I have dedicated my life in for over 20 something years and still going strong into it. So from now on, you guys are going to be hearing a lot about me talking about Vunkuwa. So I just thought today, let me share with you my knowledge. And for those who are about to embark on the journey of Vunkuwa with me, because I'm about to create something amazing that I'm going to be sharing with those women who are willing to heal, who knows inside of them that they want to touch somebody and make a difference. And so stay tuned into these videos of mine, and you'll hear wonderful things that you can be a part of wherever you are in the world. Vunkuwa, it is for everyone. So my thing to you is, what do you want as a therapist? Why did you choose to be a therapist? There's always a reason. I see lots of people coming into my into my practice, into my academy for years and years and years. I've seen all different kinds of people, doctors, physiotherapists, and therapists who have been working for years, instructors of body work who have been working for 25, 30 years. And one thing I have always seen is that most of people emphasize on mastering the technique. When you're a therapist and you study to master a technique, a body, it's not a technical thing. A body is ever flowing fluid of ocean. A body, it's like river. Every day rivers are created. Every day paths are created by our footstep. Every day, ever the ocean ever flow, but never ending. So the body, it's that. The body has a power of all these powerful elements of Mother Nature that I have just mentioned. So you as a therapist, the most important thing that you gotta know before you even go work with someone as a therapist is that, who are you? How much do you value your own flow of that river ocean of life that runs within you? Because when we emphasize on technique, we really are stuck and pause on the skeleton side of our lives. And when someone comes to me and they touch my body and then they say to me, Carol, we are going to be releasing stress from you. What I'm looking for as that person begins to touch my body is how free their body is, how subtle their skeleton language is. So it is very important to you to understand, you as therapists out there, to understand the art of your hands and the art of your movement, the art of your hidden voices as you're about to embark on a ceremonial of giving somebody your essence of touch and your essence of peace. And so there is definitely more. I'm so sorry, you guys, I'm sitting too much close to the yeah so I feel much better here. So that's what it is really for me, is that as therapists, as you're about to embark today, there's someone somewhere out there in the world looking to become the best therapist or the best healer or the best holistic practitioner out there in the world. So there is a lot of things. So I say, when people come to me, the first thing that I look at is that, what are you dealing with yourself as a therapist? How peaceful have you entered into your secret chamber? Yeah, as I said, I am a little bit shy, but this don't get bored, because this is quite interesting. What I'm about to share with you here, it's gonna really open your eyes so much. So the most important thing before you go into becoming a therapist or becoming a holistic practitioner, have your reasons. Have your reasons why you're doing that. Money shouldn't be the issue. Money shouldn't be the first priority, that I'm going there because of I want to make a career out of it. No. And of course, I know most of you who are doing this, it's not mainly about money. It's about the passion that you have to bring difference in people's life. It's about you bringing gentleness by making sure that other people, they are living free from tension and the pressures of our daily activities. So that's definitely, I know most of us, that's the thing that that we choose to become therapists. It's to give easiness, to make other people's life much better, to heal, to bring longevity. There's lots of things that we decide to become therapists for. Now, the bigger reason is, listen to your inner voice. How soft are you? Because softness, it's also something that it's number one priority. Number one priority is to teach your hands to be soft and gentle. It begins with your brain. And when your brain is in peace, when we've got two sides of our brains. We've got a right side, which is the one that creates and it reasons and it gives you a foundation of where you're going and it guides you. And then you've got a left side that feels and that connects on a very, very deeper level than you may ever think. So firstly, as a therapist, you have to connect these two sides. And when you're about to touch someone, firstly, we have to honor the fact that someone out there is looking to be coming to someone's space that they don't even know, and feel so free to give their body to us so that we can bring a sense of whatever it is that they're looking for. So this is a very, very important how do I say it? It's a very important responsibility given to you as a therapist. So now that's why I say it is very, very important for you to firstly realize that one thing that you have to know first, it is you, the movement of your body, your touch. I say hands are the most powerful things we own. With hands, we create the world. With the hands, we can break the world. With the hands, we have created this technology that we find today. With the hands, I find life, it is so incredible that the fact that with our hands, with a touch of your finger, you can be able to connect with someone who's 4,000 miles away. And all this, it's created by this. So your hands are very, 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 very beautiful. So what you need to do as a therapist or as a holistic healer, whoever you are out there, is that understand the different touches that this life force owns. The hands are a life force of who we are. The mind and everything rotates around these two creations we call hands. So as a therapist, define your reasons why you want to touch others. Define your inner language and take that and in and then invoke it together as if they are one, because of what you think the hands delivers. Every thought, every single thing that you have within you, so within your mind, so the hands whisperings. So our hands are the whisperations of our thoughts. So thoughts, touch, creation, activity begins with hands. So I say through that, through your hands, you've got, maybe I would only mention few touches. So hands, they can love. Hands, they can care. Hands, they can respect. Hands can be very tough, where they have to showcase that I'm strong, I've got what it takes. Hands can be angry, where they want to do something. So hands are the very, very powerful secret language to your skeleton. Your skeleton can only express itself via your hands. So it is very important as a therapist to understand the language of your hands and to be connected with your skeleton. So that's number one as therapists, understand your touch. That's why in Vunkuwa, not even one person who comes in Vunkuwa will ever be treated the same. So we take everybody who comes into Vunkuwa as the journey of discovery. Everybody who comes in brings their own ocean of movement, bring their wave. Life is a wave, ever swimming wave. So as a therapist, it is very important to understand the wave of each and every skeleton that walks in. Because as you're about to work with, as you're about to embark into touching somebody as a therapist, you're about to embark onto understanding the ocean of that person who comes into you, that person who's looking at you at that moment. It is how do I call it? It is kind of the presentation of God, because of each and every person. It's designed so uniquely, and each and every person who comes to you has to be addressed just for individual needs. Every person has to be looked at, and really you gotta resonate that massive respect to them, and then say, I bow. Thank you so much for coming to me, for you asking me to help you deal with the pressures that your body is dealing with. It might be that you require a sense of harmony. It might be because you require or you require me to energize you, because you feel like you have no energy. You want to go out there to awaken the skeleton, so the skeleton can be able to be creative. Especially now in 2019 January, there's a lot of things that the skeleton it's busy on, trying to remap itself so that it can be able to be creative for the year ahead. It might be that someone comes to you because of they've just lost their loved ones. It might be that somebody is coming to you because of they are happy, they're about to be married. And so as a therapist, you are not just a technique provider, because those who come to Vunkuwa, you gotta understand, I am not here to teach you a technique. I am here to make you the journey of this ocean that we call life, ocean of these bodies that are coming to you and saying, ever swim into us, ever understand how does my deeper ocean reside into this universe. So we are very lucky, and because of this, I would always say this. One of the luckiest things for me is in this journey that I chose. I remember when I started, I remember vividly when I started, when I chose to be, a massage therapist was yeah, early 90s. And I was dealing with lots of things. I was dealing with, what am I going to do? I remember I did fashion, and I went and I became a fashion kind of a mini. I think it was about for 2 years, 2 years or 3 years. And I made beautiful clothes. And I even today, I still have this unique fashion fashion style that I have because of that moment. But when I was doing this, I realized that this was about me doing just a career. And I realized that, my God, there was more into me. I wanted to understand my inner force of this ocean. What is this? What was this? And I discover health and well-being. Yes, I did a massage. I learned a massage with my great grandmom. She taught me a lot, my great grandmom. It does not mean that I discover health and well-being and I became. My great grandmom used to whisper to me. She used to whisper beautiful melodies of peace. Even when I was going through the most hardest thing, I would wait just to have a moment with my great grandmom so she can enhance that beautiful light within me. So when I discovered health and well-being in the 90s, I thought to myself, wow. Suddenly the voice of my great grandmom became alive. Suddenly the voice of my great grandmom surfaced into my, it became like a biggest canvas that I could see around me, that everything around you, it is about nurturing your inner peace. Everything around you, it's about you nurturing that inner joyness or that inner love that we own within us. So that's what I'm saying. As a therapist, that's your number one priority, to know that you're going to be massaging people because you want to share the love and you want to listen to them. You also want to listen to them. Sometimes as I work through the body, and it's and do not get me, because of those who have done Vunkuwa out there, I wish people can comment, because of I have lots of people who have studied into my journey of Vunkuwa, and some of them will tell you, and some of them even today, they still practice Vunkuwa in their own way. Probably not the way I have taught it, but I love my beats, you guys. You'll always see me doing things. It's me just being me. So what I'm saying is that there are different things in this Vunkuwa. As we said, study your client's needs by understanding their body language, their hidden body language. It takes me a second. It takes me a second for me to tell what a person needs when they come to my therapy room. I just take one look through the way they're holding their neck, through the way they're holding their, their chin, their neck, how they're dropping their eyes. It tells me a lot on what it is that I need to give them. So you need to understand the whisperation, hidden language of your people who are coming to you. And when I say that, for the needs of what it is that you need to provide to them. So when they leave your therapy room, they feel that, wow, I was given exactly what I needed, because of they come not knowing. Have you ever noticed that often when you're about to treat someone, you have a questionnaire in your hand, and you ask them a few questions. How do you sleep? And then they'll write, I sleep well. And then you would ask, do you have any pains in your body? They'll say, no, everything is fine. And then once you lie down, once you make them lie down on your massage bed, only then they'll say to you, yes, this pain troubles me. I've been having it for months now. So often, because of we are living in a world where everything is so much about doing, we're not even So most of us, we're not connected with our body. Most of us, we don't even know what is our body saying. So you as a therapist, you have to understand that your work is to connect with these people so that you can know what they need. So understand your own body language. So sometimes people come, as I say, they come because of they want to rest. And then you have to get to know this vehicle we call body. You need to understand each and every color because of, as I said, the other day I was talking about, I think it was yesterday, that race for me does not exist. Because as a massage therapist, I always find that sometimes we are busy with pigmentation, that you black, you white, da, 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 da. But you find that through the color that we see, there are other colors that we don't see that body represent through the stress. So what we do first when you come in, for us to get to know, we listen to your breath. So that's number one. How do you say it? How do I put this one? Yes. So we've got different steps. So the step one, as you come into Vunkuwa, we firstly let you lie down. And as you're lying down, we then cover you with blankets and just make you feel comfortable, make you feel that this space where you're at, feel at home, feel at ease, make some few breaths so that you can, slowly move away from your busy world into a space of tranquility and peace. And after we have done that, then we put our hands, as I said, beginning from the feet, beginning from the toes of the feet. And as you put your hands there, you also have to also surrender yourself as a therapist. Because I find that therapist has a certain way. I call it a pause. A pause, whatever. I don't even know what to call it, because I see lots of people when they come, they've got a certain way. And then they've got a certain way of moving. It's like they're robots. And I say, hey, relax. You're about to give relaxation. So the fact that you're about to give relaxation, it is important that yourself, you are relaxed. Because if you are not relaxed, how would you be able to make that person relax? So as you're doing this breathing analysis, feel your neck. Drop it down. Feel your tongue. Let it go into surrenderness of peace and calmness. As you're moving through, feel your back, shoulders around your scapula relaxing. So it is a form of meditation. The first thing that you need to do as you're doing this breathing analysis, making a person to go into the state of relaxation. So you as a therapist, you're going through that state of relaxation or state of meditation, I call it. And then as you're doing that, feel the breath through the pause as it enters your fingers, tingling you, giving you an information of this hidden secret vibration language I call of the body. Feel the beat of the body, because the body has a certain beat. So your hands has to be able to connect to the beat of the body. Ever increasing if a person is on stress, or ever fading away as a person is probably experiencing difficulties in their lives, and you try to find this beat it's nowhere to be found. And your work as a therapist, it's be patient until you feel that beat coming. Then you know these people are in a travel. They are travel within themselves to find themselves, to connect with themselves. Because remember, because of all these things that are happening in our lives, sometimes we take a travel away from our inner body. We travel outside to try to find ourselves. So when those people do that, they've been traveling away from themselves to try to find themselves. They are nowhere to be found within. So your work is to kind of raising your hand and touching them and say, come back, connect. And as they're connecting, so the beat and this meditation goes, and you'll see them really giving you different kinds of movements, different kinds of reaction, the body reacting. And then you'll get to the moment where they take this massive breath and then they breathe out. Then you know at that moment that you have put them into a state of relaxation. And that goes on until all the way towards the head. And then when you get to the head, you take your fingers a little bit and ever using your fingers as the feather. Now, that's the number one step. So Vunkuwa has different steps. And I know those who are listening, you are wondering, Carol, what are you talking about? I'm getting to really giving you what the body is about. So you're taking them into the state of sleepiness, where they suddenly sometimes drift away into another land, and through that, different things can happen there. Sometimes they remember a certain emotion that has happened, and sometimes you have to maybe take a moment and discuss about that. Sometimes they snore away, they're fast asleep, and then when you finish doing that, then you come back gently after you have touched their head, gently and relaxing to make them connect. So this state of Vunkuwa, that first stage, a step of Vunkuwa, it is when we take a person from outside of the world doing and outside of the world pressures, out of the family, the house, the husbands, the wives, the kids, the employment, the business, into just them being into their kingdom home, which is their body. And after you have done that, you'll even feel in the room, there'll be a sense of a different atmospheric energy of theirs. And that's another thing. But we'll keep on talking about this. So after you have done this breathing analysis, you then go back, gently moving through the body, and always your hands are on the body. So you go back again. And what you have done at that moment, you have created a sense of trust. This client, it's completely, this beautiful soul that it's lying there with you, has completely received you, has surrendered into your home of peace. And then at that moment, as you're going down, gently you are wiggling with your fingers through the body, gently awakening them slowly into now you about to begin with analyzing their color shades. So breath number one, and this breath, it's you listening to all the pauses, all the breeze, all the heat. So you have to also be very aware of the body atmospheric and also the room atmospheric, because of everybody brings a certain atmospheric that you as a therapist, you have to be able to detect, and so that you can really know who's the person lying there and what it is that you really have to give them, their atmosphere and this breeze that resonates through their pulse will give you more answers of when you begin with the therapy, where you have to begin. So this is after we have done the breath, and then we then take our hands gently, do skeleton, what do I call it? Body warming up. So body warming up, it is so powerful. So body warming up, it's about you now working on the skeleton. Because I always say to people, what has fascinated me into really becoming this beautiful therapist that I am, and also an amazing teacher. Lots of people have said that. I'm saying it because lots of people have said it, and I feel that I've been a beautiful teacher for those who have came to me to learn Vunkuwa, and they have understood body in ways that they never thought they would. And this is my experience because I have worked with so many people. Now, what I find the most important thing as well, it's to really understanding the language, the body language of the skeleton. Our skeleton is the most fun. So this is the second step now in Vunkuwa. The first step is to deal with the air, it makes sense. Without breath, without breathing, we can never live. So isn't that beautiful that we start with that? And then we come into understanding the skeleton. And then you hold the feet and loosen up the skeleton, loosen up the skeleton. And the skeleton, I say the skeleton, it's one of the most amazing subject that I admire very much, because of we are born. When you enter the belly of your mom, when your mom, she's pregnant, the first thing that it's developed, it's that little bit light of breath. And as it develops to something into the belly, you see tiny, weeny bones are carrying. And this thing that we call a child within the body, it grows into something and it becomes a child. So the bones are very important. I'm so sorry, I'm not so good with language. I'm terrible with languages, but I just hope you understand what I'm saying. So the bones are very important, because they begin within. And long after we die, the skeleton remains in this universe for a long time. So for you to be able to look after your tissue, you gotta look after your skeleton. Your beauty, for you to remain young, to not age terribly, it's to understanding your skeleton. When you understand and respect your skeleton and look at your skeleton as your shadow self to the future, so does the tissue, which is a baby, remain embraced and nourished. So in Vunkuwa, the skeleton, it's very important, because the skeleton, that's the one that carries the story of your happenings. That's the one that carries your anger. That's the one that carries the insults. That's the one that carries the bad things that you find yourself exposed to. When you master your skeleton, so you master lots of the unanswered problems that you find as a human being surrounded by. So that's why when people come to us as asking for help of relaxation, the skeleton is very important. So we call that body warm up. And this begins from your toes. So each and every inch of your bones are touched. Now, remember we say the thing in Vunkuwa, you have to master the touch and know that each and every touch, it is very, very important for you to be able to know either you are healing or you're destroying. So once you understand the touch, you can never destroy anyone. And you'll see this person surrendering. Now you have made them breathe, so they are in. And after they're in, while you're doing this bone structural awareness, which is a body warm up, you can feel them really opening. It's like they're becoming bigger. When I say bigger, they are aware and they are enjoying each and every journey that you are giving to them. And while you do that as well, these temperatures also feel the hidden whisperation of the body as it penetrates your sensation of touch through their pores. Because of each and every step that you do, there's always a sensational taking place. So be very aware of that. And this bone structural, it's kind of vigorant. It's not soft. Remember, when we start with the breathing analysis, it's a very soft, very, very soft. Actually, sometimes a little bit boring, people they thought. But this is the most important thing, because of you are on the meditation state of things. You are aware, you are touching the inner subconscious of a person. So that's a very, very important, respectful step. And then when you get to the bone structural awareness, the body warm up, there you awaken the person. So the person suddenly becomes aware of their body, where their body has been. And then, so these vigorous movements, sometimes they are a little bit painful, and just also depending where your body is. And then you go, and there are parts where sometimes it can be really, really painful. But as I said, it depends. We'll talk about that as we going along. So you're doing this breathing, you're doing this bone structural awareness all the way, and also feeling the temperatures, because of what happens is you're doing this bone structural awareness. This is a kind of a mapping for yourself to know, okay, when I start working with my massage oil, I know there I felt more heat. I got to focus on that. Here I felt a little bit more kind of cold, breezy cold. Maybe there's no flow here. I gotta bring a kind of flowness there. Oh, here there's a little bit more heat. I gotta reduce electricity here. There's something here that it's not okay. The meridians are overcharged. Oh, here the meridians are kind of oppressed. So there's no flow. There's no life. So you have to be. You gotta be very, very aware, and you gotta be patient. You gotta be calm, and don't rush. That's why when people come for the first time in Vunkuwa, I always suggest to therapists, take 2 hours session or hour and a half, because hour it's not enough if the person come to your therapy for the first time. So hour and a half to 2 hours is highly recommended. So you go all around, all until you get to the head. And the head is very, 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 very important. The face and the head, because there is so much happening. And sometimes when you touch, you might feel lots of electricity. So once again, you have to train your hands to be very, very sensitive to the hidden whisperation of the body. And after you have done all this, all the way from the toes going to the top and touching each and every inch of the body through the tissue, and then when you finish with the head, then you go back again, tapping the body again gently, telling them that the second step has just been completed. So this video, this live video might be long, you guys. It might be an hour or hour 20 minutes, because I'm really trying to really explain to you, those who are interested in Vunkuwa, what is Vunkuwa about. Now, after you have done the bone structural awareness, which we call body warm up, you go back again to the feet. As everything in Vunkuwa, we always begin to the feet, because the feet are the foundation of your structure. Everything you rely on your feet for you to be able to walk and navigate. So the feet, it's our first thing. We always begin on the feet. And then after you have done the feet, so we go to the third step of Vunkuwa. Now this is very important. The third step of Vunkuwa, it is when you are studying the color shades that I call it the hidden body language of Vunkuwa, the hidden map body language of Vunkuwa, into bringing balance into the body. You'll find that the toes are very important. Sometimes the feet are very important. Sometimes you'll find them yellow. Sometimes you find them a little bit purplish. Sometimes you find them like dark purple. Sometimes, so you gotta look at these colors, because these colors, they mean a lot. These colors, they mean depression, they mean anger, they mean someone, maybe it's about to get an illness that it's really might be big. And while you look at these colors as well, also really emphasize on the while you're looking at the colors, also emphasize on the body temperature. So we study these colors around the feet, and while we study them, our work as well, it's to touch the feet and make sure that your job is to balance the temperature, because by balancing these temperatures on the feet, these colors will change right in front of you. Within a blink of an eye, you'll see this color changing. And as they change, what we want to see, you see my hands, they've got this beautiful pinkish color on them. And they've got, I call them cushions. They've got these beautiful cushions. So each and every, you've got people with their hands like this. If you are a therapist and you are always working and you never see the cushions, then you know that you are working on the force. Your skeleton is on pause. And you can never give a massage therapist, you can never be a massage therapist giving massage with your fingers like this. If your fingers are like this, there's no relaxation. Oof, it's very heavy. So you need to see the sponge. You see that? Look at that. See, I can touch this. So this, my hands has surrendered into giving love and touch of healing and touch of care. And if I do that, can you see that you can't touch it? You can't touch it. If you're a therapist and you're about to work, for you to know that you are relaxed, always touch your fingers to get to this spongy feel. And once you get to this spongy feel, you know care is about to be given. So what we're doing now on step 3, we are studying these color shades. So we are actually studying the language of the tissue. Where is the tissue? What is the tissue dealing with? And some people, they come and they've got a beautiful color everywhere. And these people, when they come in, they smile, they laugh, they've got a glow in their face, their feet are nice, they're not dry, their nails are done. They always, those people, I say, I wish I could get those people often, but these people out of 100, I think I'll get 2 or 3 of them. Meaning that most of the people are experiencing pressure into their body. And few people actually, they come to you and you're thinking, wow, you're so healthy. Wow, you're so well. You don't have pain whatsoever because of the colors of their body. It's in harmony and in balance. So either you're black or either you're white, either you're Chinese, either you're whatever, your body changes colors. Your pigmentation has a different colors that communicates for you to say, I'm in distress. Can you help me? So so as a therapist, that's what you do. You touch the feet and you see these colors. And then after you have seen those colors, your work now is to so sorry. It's to now we start with the oil. We take our oil, we apply, and we work. We work on the areas where you have seen the colors. So you really have to work and touch those. And remember, the finger, the toes are very important. So whenever I start, let's say, for example, this is my feet where I have seen lots of colors on the toes, especially around the toes. Please always begin searching this color in balance around the toes before you go further, because the toes are the foundation of imbalances in our body, and the toes are the most important part when it comes to illnesses that are about to occur. The toes are the ones, you know. I'm healthy and I'm saying to myself, I'm looking at myself as I'm talking to you right now, you guys, at the age of 47. I hope I'm not kidding myself because you're the one to judge, you guys. But I always think that I am so looking lovely, you know. I think I'm looking really, really beautiful. I look very healthy because what I do out there to the people, I always do it to myself. So I massage myself. My toes are very, very important to keep me healthy. So once a week, I'll massage my toes to feel where they're at. When I have flu, my toes are always sensitive and a little bit painful. So for me to be able to get out of my flu or whatever that I have, I massage my toes. And that helps me to kind of enforce the healing faster, to generate the healing faster. So toes are very important. So what you will do then as a therapist, you touch those toes and feel the temperature. So whenever there's lots of color, kind of purplish, yellowish, and kind of in a way of kind of indigo color around your toes, those people are going through emotional imbalances. And you'll feel when you touch them, their feet are very cold. And dear people, no one should have cold feet. Cold feet, it's not the norm. And you taking bottles out there and putting them in your bed to try to heat up your feet, that's cheating. That's cheating. And it actually increases your problem even more. Rather go to a reflexologist, someone who does reflexology, so that they can kind of work on your meridian points to recharge them, so that your circulation can come back. And also go for meditation or something, go for yoga or something, you know, balance your inner thoughts. balance your inner tears. Because I say to people, those who are surrounded with cold, when they come to my massage room, I call them the hidden tears. People who are crying within, because lots of us, we appear very strong, and we always have to wear this strong face, while inside lots of things happen. And those clients, you'll find them by their feet being very cold, and sometimes the rest of the body. And you would also feel the atmosphere of the room. It becomes very chilly and very cold, because at that moment you are minimizing this flow of oceans of tears, flow of ocean of fear. So being a massage therapist, it's such a beautiful thing, really. As I said, it's not only about technique, it's beyond a technique. And those who are out there and wanting to learn something unique around health and well-being, please try African health and well-being. Try African wellness, which is, of course, Vunkuwa and other ones that are out there. Go out there and do something unique. You know, you've got your Swedish massage, you've got your aroma massage, you've got your shiatsu, you've got your Ayurvedas, there's so many things out there. Why don't you give yourself a try to try this African massage and see what you would learn? Because of the African massage, as I said, it's not a technique. It is a kind of a journey of discovery. You discover yourself while you study this Vunkuwa. So where were we? We were talking about the step 3, where you're studying these color shades and you're massaging. And as you go, these color shades would open up. And yet, sometimes it can be painful. When you're working on these color shades, sometimes it can be really because of their wounds. I say, how can I put this? We have this so-called meridians. It's easier for me to talk about meridians because I think all of you would know. Some of you might ask me a question that, Carol, how come you speak about meridians while you're doing the African massage? For me, it's we can call them white cells, but you know, it doesn't really matter really, because of when it comes to therapy, we all really represent the same principles, which are, you know, making the body in harmony, bringing the body into harmony. So whatever studies that I have studied, I will always bring them up. So meridians are very important because of everything it's paired. I don't know if you know that, you guys. You know, I believe in this system of in this structure of our 5 elements, which is the wood, the fire, the earth, metal, and water. So these are the 5 things that I believe, and I see them in our body. So use those principles as well. Everything is paired together. So for example, you would have your heart, your lungs, and your large intestines. They work together. So for example, so we've got 5 elements, which I also bring very much as a theory into Vunkuwa, which for me, it serves me a lot for me to understand who is the person I'm dealing with and where their imbalances are. So really, guys, it's really important to really listen to this, because of this information. It's really what makes Vunkuwa to be what it is. So because of we've got this, the main organs, which of course I'm going to mention right now, and I'm going to mention them via these 5 elements that I have mentioned, plus the 2, which is negative and positive, or we call it yin and yang. So now everything in our body, it's paired up. It's paired up in positive, and it pairs up in negative. It's paired up in positive, and it's paired up in negative. So while you're studying this color shades, that's the moment where you now have to start bringing this 5 elements. I'm so sorry, I just have a little bit of pain here. Yeah, once again, I slept on my couch. This is me. Sometimes I don't sleep on my bed, so I've got a little bit of pain. But anyway, let's go on with our story. Now, as I said, we are still on number 3, because number 3 is very important, because number 3, this is where you're detecting and understanding the body tissue. What is it dealing with? What's the story around the body tissue? And the body tissue is guided by these 5 elements and these two elements, actually 7 elements, which is the 5 elements and then your positive and negative. So 7 things. How lovely this is. I'm actually number 7. 7 is my lucky number. So I'm so happy that I'm working on 7 a structure for me to be able to explain myself. Yay! And Vunkuwa has 7 letters. So 7, it is the power in Vunkuwa house. So now what happens? You look at the organs, you pair them up. So we start with, of course, the lungs, which is a very important part, where we breathe. And the question is, how much are we mastering the art of breathing? How much do we really breathe? So breathing is very, very important to nurture your lungs, to admire your lungs, to give your lungs a sense of ownership and home. So those who breathe, so they are free. And those who breathe, they also help the large intestine to do its work well. So you breathe in to your body, and then the large intestines, they take out the negative stuff. So you breathe in through your lungs positive stuff, and then you breathe out things that are not wanted, through your large intestines and out to the universe. So the body is isn't it amazing that the body is created with everything that it needs? Only when we are aware, so can we be a part of health and lifestyle and well-being? Because I really don't think that we have to die because of death. Death happens anyway. Either you're sick or not, you'll die. And I really don't think we should associate ourselves with, one day I'll die and I'll die with a bad illness. Why don't we do our best to die healthy? Because we're going to die. For me, when I say health, it's not that you are trying to define the art of death. It's not that you don't want to die. We will die, but let's die healthy. So lungs, which is metal, air, into the 5 elements. And then, of course, next time we'll talk about a taste, sensation of taste and touch and all that. I don't remember it for now, but I'll remember. I'm not going to be talking about that now because of my brains are overloaded. Yeah. So where were we? Yes, the lungs. The lungs will then you inhale positive mineral for your body, and then you take out what it's not needed out of your large intestines. So everything is in balance. Then we go to what did we say? We go into water sign. Water sign, it's your kidneys. Your kidneys are very important because they are your inner breath. When you take water inside, so the inside breathes, because we need a breath from the outside, but also we need to cleanse our body. So for me, the kidneys are the cleansers of our body. And how often do we drink water? Isn't that amazing? I'm talking about kidneys, and suddenly my body says, Carol, can I have water? So you see, everything is so connected. So your kidneys will be the positive side of your body, while your bladder is a negative side of your body, because what it does again, it takes out things that are not needed into your body. So everything is paired up, and pair up in a way that helps. It's kind of an inner university of health. It's kind of inner powerful education, healing hospital that it's designed within us. Because these things helps us on a daily, and sometimes it gets overwhelming for the poor body. But the body will always try to find a way to kind of balance itself into harmony. So both for you to understand that you've got these 5 elements and everything that you do. So like, for example, if you don't breathe, at least try to look after your body by not really giving it all this toxin stuff. There's lots of things that people do that I'm good for them. And I'm not going to judge anyway. I'm not going to talk too much, really. I'm not going to talk about this. You know yourselves, you guys who are not doing well for your lungs. If you want to change that, go for detox and start breathing well and start drinking water and start really doing breathing techniques at least once a week. Check your breath. Are you breathing shortly? Are you breathing deep? Are you breathing, So that's number one. And number two, make sure that you drink water to make sure that your water system it's at its best. And which is, what did I say? What is our water system? It's our kidneys and bladder. Yay. And then okay, I hope you don't find me funny, but I always say sometimes seriousness is boring. I can be serious, and make myself very serious person and thinking that, oh, I'm teaching the serious ones out there, but I'm just Carol, just doing my thing and my amazing thing that I love, which is really talking about the body. Very important to all of us. So now we move to so what did I start with? I started with water. I started with the air sign, which is our lungs and our large intestines. And then we move to the earth. Earth is very important. This is where I also bring food, because our earth sign, it's about our stomach. Our stomach, and which one is it again? Which one is the pair up of the stomach again? I think it's spleen. Yes, stomach and spleen, they work together. So the stomach will be the positive side, where we bring all the nutrients from our food. Oh my God. And once again, I'm gonna take a break here a little bit and say, please do our work well out there, you people. Make sure you eat well. Make sure that you eat well, because what you eat is so important. And by the way, I'm not talking about these organs in a systematical way anyway, you guys. I'm just mixing because of this. If you want me to do that, I'll do that for the next, for you can request it. And please share your comments. I don't know how to put this share your comments things. I don't know how you put this subscribe, whatever. As I said, I'm terrible in languages, so sometimes you'll find my English kind of crooked. But anyway, that's Carol Matebula. What else can I say? So your earth sign, it's very important, because your earth sign is about this is a very important sign, because of the earth sign. It says a lot about how balanced you are within your emotions, how connected you are with yourself. So I somehow respect the earth sign, because the earth sign tells me a lot about where I'm at emotionally. It tells me a lot about where I'm at in terms of me loving myself, because of the earth represent me choosing the best food in the market for myself. That's earth sign. When I'm balanced and connected, I like to come into my home and smell food. I like to be home. So we'll talk about also the behavioral of these 5 elements, because they also have behavioral. But now I'm just going to talk about the behavioral of earth, because I think it's very important, especially for now, as we entering into the new year, as we are into the beginning of the new year. So it's really important to also know the importance of what it is to be grounded and to be balanced. So the earth sign brings wholeness. It brings you being aware of what you eat. So for those who are just picking up the takeaway food, they don't care about their body, because they are not grounded, they are not observant, they are not homemakers. So earth people who are very balanced, they are very homemakers. They love home. Of course, they go out there, but they are always searching for the best for their body. Because of your stomach, it's very important. It produces acid. there's lots of acid that comes out of that stomach into your spleen, and then it goes around, and then before it goes into your large intestines, before it gets out there. So the smell, and so that's why I always check myself what I eat, and I'll check my number 2. I'm so sorry, you guys, to talk about this. I hope you I hope you're not eating, but of course I'm gonna call it number 2 anyway. So you start with your earth sign. It's very important for you to check, what am I eating? Let me check my fridge. How is it am I always eating a heavy diet? Because when it's a heavy diet all the time, poor stomach suffers a lot. You need to balance. So the earth sign, it's more really about what you eat, how balanced are you on an emotional level, and that's where most of sign of health comes in. So this and then, as I say, the spleen, it's a negative side of the stomach, because of then everything is grounded in there, and before it goes out into the into the liver liquids and etc. Yeah. And then, so that was the stomach. The stomach is really important. And for me, the stomach, I'm putting it around nutrition. Eat healthy. And oh dear. The meat eaters, I'm so sorry. The meat eaters out there, also it's very important for you sometimes to leave the meat a little bit out of your dish, just for a while. If you eat meat, maybe at least try to reduce to once a week, or maybe 3 times a week, because sometimes our body suffer to digest this hard muscle that belongs to other things that we sometimes borrow, and we think that we need to borrow them. And I really don't think we need to borrow these muscles of stress and trauma and hatred, and then bite on them and feel that yummy. Sometimes let's leave that out, so that our body can work well, so that our stomach can be given a chance and respect and honor, and say, oh, you know what? I'm going to give you some veggies. I'm going to make sure that you eat a little bit lighter, so that you can work well for me, especially as I'm detoxing in January, after eating all that garbage of December time. We consume so much nonsense. So go into the detoxification trip. And if you want to do that, you can call me. I'm very good at that. We can set up a program where we can detoxify, so that we make sure that our stomach and spleen are at its best for functional, healthy lifestyle. Now we move from the earth into fire sign. Fire sign. Oh my God. This is a very, very special one, the fire sign. So, and all this, I'm talking about these elements because remember, we're still on number 3, where the color shades are happening. And these color shades are actually surrounded by these organs that I have just mentioned. So when each and every organ is out of balance, so do you see this happening through our body? Did I mention the liver? I don't think so. Did I? Okay, you guys. So we go to the fire sign. The fire sign is our heart. Heart. This poor heart. This poor little thing of ours. It goes through a lot. This beautiful heart thing of ours. We love. We get hurt. We wanna be a part of the warmth of the world. We suffer with our identities. So the heart goes through a lot. That's where most of our emotion resides. Oh, poor heart. But ever pumping, ever throwing that red fluid into our system. Ever nurturing our inner grass. Even though it goes through so much difficulties, so our heart remains working and remains. So your job is to just really Take a moment and hold it for a second. Have you ever feel how lovely it is just to take your hand and put it there? And just love your heart. So the negative side of the heart will be our small intestines. Have you ever had people saying, oh, I'm feeling so much pain around my belly side? Because, of course, large intestines, they react a lot towards emotions. So those who do not like their stomach, because there are people who think that they have to have a bigger stomach. No, 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 no. You don't have to have a bigger stomach, sis or brother. If you have a bigger stomach, that bigger stomach can be brought back into where you want it to be. It's just really a matter of you loving it and taking responsibility in reshaping it of where you want it to be. Reduce emotions and deal with the story of your, what do you call that? I mentioned it earlier again. Sometimes I forget. Where we struggle with our identity. Define your identity. Be happy with who you are. Be happy if you can't speak English well and just make a fun out of it. Don't make an issue out of it. If you feel that your belly it's big and you're not happy with it, go detoxify. Go for massage. Get people who know how to deal with these things that I'm talking about. Get professionals. And if you don't get professionals, go for exercise and change your diet and just start whispering, I love myself. I love myself. I love myself. Let that be a song of you every day, and you'll see changes. And start touching that belly. And I bet you now, on that big belly, if you put your hands on that belly and sit there for a little while, I bet you'll get lots of cold. Just go in and sit there for a while and feel. Reduce that cold, and you'll see the stomach coming back. So it's really everything that I'm talking about now. It's about the work of therapists. So that's what I'm saying. Are you aware when I say a technique, it's not important? A technique, it's just one of the main little thing around the whole holisticness of what it is to give a healthy balance to a human being who comes to you as a therapist. So information, it's very, very important. So our heart works together with our small intestines. So the heart will be the positive and the small intestine will be the negative side, because it takes all the pressure from the heart so that we can be able to live well. So as I say, the body will always find ways to try to balance itself to normality. So your job is to also bring a system out of your inner into outer, to try to help the inner by making the right choices of, I love my body more than I love the car that I want to buy. I love my body more than that big house that I'm working so hard to try to prove to the people that, yes, I could live in that house. You see that? I have made it. Oh, you see that? I've got that. Please, let's leave all this nonsense, because there's sometimes it's overwhelming how much I see out there, how much we are fascinated with what we have. I used to be one of those, I used to be one of those who wanted to live in this big house and big cars, and I've done that. I've lived in big houses. But you know what I find out was just really lots of stress for unnecessary reasons. Today I live in one apartment, and I'm happy in it. Though it's not mine, I don't own it. I rent it, and my wish is to buy my own house soon. Yes, I have owned a house before, but now I don't. But I live in a small house, and it's the most happiest time of my life. So what I'm saying is that be aware of yourself. Be aware of that heart. And for you to be able to nurture that heart, it's to love yourself, love your heart. Listen to it. If you are someone that you hate at this present moment in the beginning of the year, and you have hated that person, and this person, when you see them, they consume your space, you can't even breathe. Take a moment and speak with your heart and say, heart, can we please forgive them so that we can focus on ourselves? Can we please forgive them so that we can be able to live well? So it's very important, really, to nurture these 5 elements of our bodies. you know, and of course, negative and positive, which is self-love and self-hate. So when you love yourself, all these things that I'm talking about now will make lots of sense. So your large intestine, I mean your heart and small intestines, and the small intestines, as you know, they produce the final liquid that's going to go into your large intestines, so that your large intestines can be able to take all that food that you have been eating and then push you, creating this lubrication that will make sure that number two shoots out without any problems and without any smells. So if you are doing number two, you people out there, please check your number two this year. You know, have you ever been into the toilet and somebody has been in there and you're thinking, man, hell no, hell no. Whenever that person goes into the toilet, you rather maybe go outside near the restaurant so you can use the toilet, because of you do not want to go into their toilet because of the toilet. Those people aren't eating well. Those people haven't done anything to detoxify. So that's why it's important. Your number two is a language. The smell, it really, really indicates that, hey man, I'm not well. Maybe change some food. Let's see what kind of veggies you can, because there are veggies that you can really eat that can help you to deal with that. Cabbage is one of them. I love cabbage because cabbage, it helps you really, really very, very much into rebalancing the number two behavioral. I love it very much. I always have it into my kitchen, especially in terms of me making sure that my number two goes very well and smooth. And then beetroot. I love beetroot because of it's also fantastic to cleanse all my system, including my immune and etc. So sometimes look at your food, and if you want that information, we can talk. You can just send me information and say, hey sis. And another thing, for those people who have a terrible smell in their mouth, I'm sorry to say it's terrible, but sometimes it is. Have you ever find yourself that you speak to people and people don't even want to be closer to you? You're not born to be like that. It's not that you are smelly in your mouth. It's just that you have a problem with your intestines. So once again, food and drinking warm water and then taking things like garlic and gingers and etc. that can help. Please, those who do not have a good smell out there in your mouth, it's a problem really, because people cut you off in terms of going on with a conversation with you. They rather talk to you a little bit. And for me, I'm so sorry. And it's not an insult to anyone. I'm saying that make sure that this vehicle of communication, it is easier for people to stay next to you, because I'm one of those people who's sometimes a little bit afraid, not afraid. I find it hard to speak with someone who does not smell well in their mouth. And I say to them, there's a way. When they come to me, I tell. So if next time I'm next to you and you are speaking to me and you've got a little bit of uncomfortable smell that comes out of your mouth, don't be surprised that I might make you aware of it, because of I have an answer for you on what to do to deal with that. So you see, this is me being a teacher of Vunkuwa. I bring all these elements, and then number last out of the 5 elements, we're going to talk about the earth. No, the wood. I'm so sorry. Wood. And the wood is our liver. And liver, what is liver connected with again? Gallbladder. Liver and gallbladder. So we know what is the system of gallbladder and liver. Please do your research, because at this moment I'm just talking about the elements. And if you want me to talk more about this, please tell me and I will do that. So the liver and gallbladder, they're working together as a husband and wife. Once again, the liver will be the positive, and then the gallbladder will be the negative, or we can say we can say that the liver is a husband and the gallbladder it's a woman, or we can say the gallbladder is a woman and the liver it's that. Oh no, we can't do that. Okay, so we'll keep it to we'll keep it to liver being the positive and the gallbladder being negative. So you see that, and that it plays a very important role in your headaches. It plays a very important role to some pains that you discover in your body that you can never explain. it plays a very important role into those who are suffering with cramps, because I know lots of people who suffer with massive cramps. Cramps are indication of something is going wrong, and the bigger they go, it means the bigger most of your organs are out of balance. So vitality is always seek for a therapy, even if it could be once a month. Please make sure that you put this into your system. So that's number 3, dealing with it with the 7 elements. So that's what it was. So we had breathing analysis, we have bone structural awareness, and we had color shades mapping, and then we had temperatures, and these temperatures always occur. So these are the 4 things that makes Vunkuwa to be what Vunkuwa is. And of course, the Vunkuwa movements, the Vunkuwa African massage movements, which are massively unique. And in this, as I said, there are times where people are feeling pain depending on what they are dealing with. There are times when people don't feel pain at all. There are times when people are really, really being touched just for the fact of them falling asleep. And also the good thing is that, I've been struggling, I think, as you know, you guys out there, that there has been years that I've been struggling with my, my fibroids. And I have dealt with my fibroids so well because of the knowledge of the body through using Vunkuwa system. Today, I am free from fibroids. I don't know if I'm free because they say they always come back. But at this present moment, I see myself, I can do lots of things. I've got energy. And I have done it with something called, I use the yoni egg plus my massage and the steaming. This used to be done a lot in Africa. I don't know if we still do it. Now, steam. Get yourself a yoni steam and get yourself a yoni egg and learn how to massage your fibroids so that you can minimize them. And if you don't know how to do that, you can also call me, because I know that there's lots of Black sisters out there who are struggling with the so-called fibroids. And you don't want to find yourself where now you have to lose your womb because you never really took care of this issue of the fibroids. It's a very, very important thing to deal with. And amazingly, garlic is one of the powerful things to get rid of this fibroids as well. So we shall talk more about that. So I have done 1 hour, 22 minutes, as I have said. So I'm just gonna maybe touch up a little bit. So I have said, so today it was really mainly about talking about the 4 elements of Vunkuwa, which is the breathing analysis, bone structural awareness, color shades, and what is it again? Bone structural breathing analysis, bone structural awareness, color shades, and body temperatures, and then of course the massage technique that runs around the system of Vunkuwa. So this is it. This is about the workshops around Vunkuwa, what you learn, and also the whole philosophy around what does it take to be a massage therapist. Now, to finalize this, I'm gonna be making another video after this one because we have already kind of went over time. Is that I am about to create something, and I've got some people who are becoming a part of this amazing journey that I have just embarked upon, where we are creating a Vunkuwa forum. Vunkuwa forum, it is something that is becoming very, very powerful. We already have clients out there in the world, collaborators that we're working with, ambassadors who are becoming a part of this amazing journey of ours, where we understand the body, mind, and soul. On the 2nd of June, I'll be traveling to Trinidad to be giving classes and also to launch Vunkuwa Academy in Trinidad. So anyone who wants to find out about Vunkuwa, you'll be speaking soon with Sister Sarah, who's going to be the main provider of Vunkuwa therapy in Trinidad on the 27th. From the 2nd of June until the 6th of July, I'm gonna be in Trinidad. So please, if you are out there and wanting to find out more about what Vunkuwa is about, do not miss this moment. Check out, as there's going to be lots of advertisement taken out there. And then in March, we're going to be in Holland. And in April, we are in Belgium, still designing more courses. So if you want something like this to come to your place, please let us know. But I'll be talking about this in details maybe sometime soon. And please keep watching and subscribe, they call it, for this, so that you can find out all the things that are taking place. So this is Carol Matebula sharing with you the amazing healing method of African nations, which is called Vunkuwa, African Health and Well-being. Yeah, that's what it is. African Health and Well-being System. This is Carol Matebula, always finding ways of how to communicate. Simple, playful as I am, but information, it's real. I thank you. God bless. Bye for now.